Hello, everyone. Welcome to all of you in FFB Live Chemistry classes. I hope everything is fine. ऑर्गेनिक केमिस्ट्री के क्लासेस चल रहे थे तुम ओके पिछले क्लास में हमने पॉलीमर्स पे डिस्कस किया पॉलीमर चैप्टर के बाद अब हमने मेडिसिनल केमिस्ट्री से जो कि ऑर्गेनिक केमिस्ट्री और बायो केमिस्ट्री दोनों से रिलेटेड है ये चैप्टर हमने लिया है जो कि बहुत ही इम्पोर्टेंस रखता है हमारी डेली लाइफ में। चैप्टर का नाम है केमिस्ट्री इन एवरीडे लाइफ। इसमें ऐसा नहीं है कि सिर्फ मेडिसिन के बारे में ही है, बल्कि जो भी केमिकल्स हम डेली लाइफ में जो हमारे लिए इम्पोर्टेंट हैं उन सब के बारे में इसमें डिस्कस किया गया है। तो आज जो हम चैप्टर स्टार्ट कर रहे हैं वो है केमिस्ट्री इन डेली लाइफ, और आज के क्लास का टॉपिक है केमिकल्स इन फूड एंड मेडिसिन्स। उसके अलावा कीमोथेरेपी पे हम डिस्कस करेंगे और ड्रग्स एक्शन, इसके अलावा एंजाइम इनहिबिशन, ये सारी चीज़ें हम इसमें शॉर्ट में जानने की कोशिश करेंगे। उसके बाद के क्लासेस में हम मेडिसिन्स के बारे में भी डिस्कस करेंगे। तो आज सबसे पहले हम जो टॉपिक लेंगे वो है केमिकल्स इन फूड। Yes. Now topic of today's class is chemicals in food. तो chemicals in food पे पहले डिस्कस करेंगे, उसके बाद हम ड्रग्स, मेडिसिन्स एंड कीमोथेरेपी पे भी बात करेंगे। उसके अलावा डिज़ाइनिंग ऑफ ड्रग्स पे भी हमें थोड़ा बहुत डिस्कस करना है। Now, all those chemicals which are added to food materials to prevent their spoilage and to improve its keeping properties, taste, odor, appearance, and nutritive value are called food additives. Some important food additives are as food colors, flavors, sweeteners, fat emulsifiers and stabilizing agents, flavor improvers, anti-styling agent and bleaches, antioxidant, preservatives and nutritional supplements such as mineral, vitamins and amino acid. Except for chemicals of category 7th, none of above additive have nutritive value. These are added either to increase the shelf life of stored food or for cosmetic purpose. Hmm. Fruits and vegetables are major source of our food, and they contain minerals, vitamin, fibers which are essential for our body. फूड एडिटिव इसके बारे में अभी हम बता चुके हैं कौन कौन से होते हैं। फूड कलर, फ्लेवर स्वीटनर्स, flavor improvers, that is anti-styling agent and bleachers, fat emulsifier and stabilizing agent, antioxidant, preservatives and nutritional supplements. सबसे पहले हम बात करेंगे फूड प्रेजर्वेटिव। व्हाट आर फूड प्रेजर्वेटिव्स? Those chemicals which are used to prevent the growth of microbes which destroy decay food material are called food preservatives. Common preservatives are salt, sugar, vegetable oil, spices, etc. Raw mango, amla, fish, meat, etc. are preserved by salt. Growth of microbes in water is also reduced by salt. Apple, mango, strawberry, carrot, etc. are preserved by sugar syrup. Vegetable oil, citric acid, and spices are used to preserve pickles, jams, jellies, etc. Now, sodium benzoate is most widely used to preserve food, soft drink, and acetic acid. Now, chemical substances which are used to protect food materials against microorganisms. Microorganisms are bacteria, yeast, and molds are called preservatives. Some commonly used preservatives are here. First is sodium benzoate. Benzoic acid and its sodium salt, sodium benzoate, is generally used for the preservation of food materials. For the preservation of fruits, fruit juice, soft drinks, squashes, and jams, etc. Sodium benzoate is used as preservative because it is soluble in water and hence easily mixed with the food product. It is metabolized by conversion to hippuric acid. Hippuric acid, this is or benzoyl glycine, which ultimately is excreted in the urine. Sodium benzoate having concentration 0.06% to 1% is sufficient for the preservation of fruit juice and squashes. Sodium and calcium propionates are used in breads and cakes as mold inhibitors. Now, second preservative, sodium metabisulfite और पोटेशियम मेटाबाइसल्फाइड Na2 की जगह K2 हो जाएगा तो ये पोटेशियम मेटाबाइसल्फाइड. It is used for preservation of colorless food materials such as fruit juice, jams, squashes, pickles, apples, lychees, and raw mango chutney. These are not used for preserving colored food material because the preservative's action is due to sulfur dioxide which dissolve in water to give sulfurous acid. सल्फर डाइऑक्साइड प्रोड्यूस होती है, इससे जो वाटर से रिएक्शन करके सल्फ्यूरस एसिड बनाती है. Sulfurous acid is very effective in killing the harmful microorganisms and inhibits the growth of yeast, bacteria, and mold present in the food. Sorbic acid and its sodium or potassium salts are also used as preservative in cheese, baked food, pickles, certain meats, and fish products, etc. Now, another preservative is para-hydroxybenzoic ester. The methyl, ethyl, propyl, and heptyl esters of para-hydroxybenzoic acid also used as preservative in soft drinks, beer, baked food, and syrups. Now, epoxides, ethylene oxide and propylene oxides are highly effective in the preservation of low moisture foods such as nuts, dried fruits, and spices. Ethyl formate can also be used as a preservative instead of epoxides. Now, artificial sweetening agents. These are the chemical compound which give sweetening effect to the food and enhance its odor and flavor. Sugars such as sucrose, fructose, lactose are the most widely used natural sweetening agents. However, excess consumption of sugar leads to many diseases such as diabetes, obesity, tooth decay, and coronary heart disease. The artificial sweeteners are another type of food additive which are much more sweeter than the sugar and non-nutritive uh, in nature. It is non-calorie value. It has a non-calorie value also, and are used as substitute for sugar in foods and beverage, especially soft drinks. Some examples of artificial sweetening agents are saccharin, aspartame, cyclamats, elitane, dulcin, and sucralose, etc. Now, some examples are discussed here. First is most important sweetening agent is saccharin, which is known as sulfobenzoisinamide. Benzoisimide, not cinamide. Benzoisimide. Saccharin is insoluble in water, but its sodium salt is highly soluble in water. It is about 550 times sweeter than sugar on mass to mass basis. It is not biodegradable and does not have any calorific value of food. It has proved to be lifesaver for countless diabetes and extracted as such in urine. The structure of saccharine is like this. This is the structure of saccharine, and this is the sodium salt of saccharine which is soluble in water. तो सोडियम सॉल्ट ऑफ सैकरीन यूज किया जाता है एज ए आर्टिफिशियल स्वीटनर. नाउ aspartame, it is methyl ester of dipeptide derivative derived from methyl alanine and aspartic acid and is about 150 times sweeter than sucrose. It is unstable and baking and cooking temperature. Therefore, can be used in soft drinks and cold foods क्योंकि ये कुकिंग टेम्परेचर पे डिकम्पोज हो जाता है, इसलिए इनको कोल्ड ड्रिंक्स या सॉफ्ट ड्रिंक्स में ही यूज करते हैं. फॉर्मेशन ऑफ this compound, the reaction is here. Methyl ester of phenylalanine reacts with aspartic acid, eliminating water to form aspartame. The structure of aspartame molecule is this. Aspartame is most widely used artificial sweetener and is about 150 to 180 times sweeter than cane sugar. It is methyl ester of dipeptide and is obtained from phenylamine and aspartic acid. At cooking temperature, it is decomposed and that is why it is used in cold food and beverage. Structure of aspartame here. अभी बनने का रिएक्शन दिखाया, उसमें भी स्ट्रक्चर देखा था. तो ये पार्ट इसका एस्पार्टिक एसिड पार्ट है और दूसरा फेनिल एनालाइन मेथिल ईस्टर पार्ट. तो कंप्लीट स्ट्रक्चर ऑफ एस्पार्टम इज दिस. नाउ अनदर sweetener is elitame. At cooking temperature, it is more stable than aspartame. It is about 2000 times more sweeter than cane sugar and so sweet taste of food containing elitame is not easily controlled. तो बहुत ज़्यादा sweetness देता है ये food materials को. And the structure of elitame is like this is the structure of elitame. Now sucralose, it is trichloro derivatives of sucrose. It tastes like sucrose and is about 600 times sweeter than sucrose. It neither decomposes at cooking temperature nor produce calories. The structure of sucralose is this. That is why artificial sweeteners are also known as low-calorie sweeteners or calorie-free sweetener. Another sweetener is cyclamates, that is N-cyclohexyl sulfamate. It is about 10 times sweeter than sucrose. Structure of cyclamate is this, and calcium salt of cyclamate is this calcium cyclamate. तो calcium salt use करते हैं as a artificial sweetener. The use of cyclamates as sweetening agent has been banned in many countries in view of suspected carcinogenic effect. Now another is elitame. It is similar to aspartame, however, it is more stable than aspartame during cooking. It is about 2000 times sweeter than sucrose, and hence it is very difficult to control its sweetness of food. इसका स्ट्रक्चर दिखा चुके हैं. उसके बाद सुक्रोलोज है, ये इसका स्ट्रक्चर यहाँ पे ये सामने है इस तरह से. उसके बाद है एल ग्लूकोज. एल शुगर्स are used as artificial sweetening agent and have been synthesized. They do not provide any energy since our body does not have the enzyme for their metabolism. Therefore, they are excreted as such in urine, which is known as L-glucose. Thus, all L-hexoses such as L-glucose, L-galactose can be used as potential artificial sweeteners. Now, edible colors. Another chemicals in food is the edible color. These are the chemical substances which are used for imparting color to the food to improve their appearance and complement a definite flavor. The main condition for using a color in food is that it should be harmless to human health. So, edible colors used are essentially dyes. The most important edible color extracted from natural materials are carotene, annatto, caramel, chlorophyll, that is green coloring matter extracted from leaves, saffron, which is prepared from flowers, and turmeric, which is dried and ground root of ginger. Some inorganic salts have also been used. For example, iron oxide is used to impart red color and titanium oxide is used to intensify whiteness. For protection of consumer interest, the government of India has passed Prevention of Food Adulteration Act regarding permissibility of any color for food. Mankind was मच टू केमिस्ट्री। इतनी चीज़ें जानने के बाद इतना तो समझ में आ रहा है कि केमिस्ट्री पे हम कितना डिपेंड है। अभी बहुत गिनी चुनी चीज़ ही हमने डिस्कस की। नाउ मैनकाइंड वोज मच टू केमिस्ट्री। द मेन एम ऑफ केमिस्ट्री हैज़ बीन टू इम्प्रूव द क्वालिटी ऑफ ह्यूमन लाइफ. Organic compounds are so closely related with our everyday life activities that is their absence, the survival is not possible. For example, cloth we wear, carbohydrate, protein, ice and fats we eat, soaps and detergent we use, for washing and bathing purpose, etc. are all organic compounds. Further, these organic compounds are used in various fields of human efforts such as agriculture, textile, medicines and drugs, plastics, dye, photography, power and transportation, etc. So we can safely say that life without chemistry would have not been possible. In this now in this class, we briefly teach you the chemistry of organic compounds which are widely used in our everyday life. तो ये इसमें से कुछ पार्ट हमने डिस्कस कर दिया केमिकल्स इन एंड फूड। बाकी अब हम वन बाय वन देखते हैं। उसके सबसे पहले हमें क्या चीज़ जानना है, इंट्रोडक्शन टू मेडिसिन्स और ड्रग्स, यानी केमिकल्स इन मेडिसिन, इस टॉपिक पे हम आते हैं। तो पहले इंट्रोडक्शन टू मेडिसिन और ड्रग्स एंड व्हाट इज द कीमोथेरेपी. Now, chemical substance used for the cure or treatment of disease and reducing suffering from pain are called medicines or drug. Now, drug and medicines. All drugs are medicines and all medicines are drug. But a drug may be habit forming, causing addiction, while a medicine is safe to use and does not cause addiction. This is the difference between two. Medicine does not cause addiction. Now, drugs may be single chemical substance or a combination of two or more different substances. An ideal drug should satisfy the following requirements. When administered to the ailing individual or host, its action should be localized at the site where it is desired to act. In actual practice, there is no drug which we have in this manner. It should act on a system with efficiency and safety. Drug should have minimum side effect. It should not injure host tissue or physiological process. The cell should not acquire resistance to the drug after some time. Very few drugs satisfy all the above requirements. Each drug has an optimum dose below which it has no action, and above this level it becomes a poison. Drugs that bind to the receptor site and inhibits its natural functions are called antagonists. These are useful when blocking of message is required. On the other hand, drugs which follow the example of mimic the natural chemical messenger by switching on the receptor are called agonists. These are useful when there is a lack of natural chemical messengers. Side effects are caused when a drug binds to more than one type of receptors. Excuse me. Now come on the term chemotherapy. What is chemotherapy? The term chemotherapy, which literally means chemical therapy or chemical treatment, was coined in 1913 by Paul Ehrlich, the father of modern chemotherapy. He defined chemotherapy as the use of chemicals to injure or destroy infections, uh, to injure or destroy infectious microorganisms without causing any injury to the host. According to Imlich, chemotherapeutic agents are chemical substances which have selective toxicity, being harmful as much as possible to the invading or infectious organism but harmless to the host. Chemotherapy has developed into a vast subject today, and efforts are being continuously made to search new drugs as to free human beings from various types of disease. Chemicals used in chemotherapy are usually classified according to their action. For example, sir, तो केमिकल्स इन मेडिसिन पहले हम कौन कौन सी मेडिसिन हमें पढ़ना है जो जिसमें कि केमिकल्स का यूज़ होता है उन सारों के नाम है सारी के नाम है एंटीपायरेटिक्स एनाल्गेसिक एंटीसेप्टिक्स डिसइंफेक्टेंट्स ट्रांसक्विलाइजर tranquilizers, antibiotics, antimicrobials, antioxidants, antihistamines, and antioxidant and anti-fertility drugs. So these are the drug. अब हम आते हैं डिजाइनिंग ऑफ ड्रग यानी कि किस कौन से बेस होते हैं वो जिसको लेकर के हम ड्रग को बनाते हैं या डिजाइनिंग ऑफ ड्रग क्या कहलाता है कि हम टारगेट को और जो भी डिजीज है किस तरह से वो एक्शन करेगी इस बात को ध्यान में रख के जब ड्रग बनाया जाता है तो इसको कहते हैं डिजाइनिंग ऑफ ड्रग. Two facts must be taken into consideration when we prepare a drug. First, drug target. Second, drug metabolism. Now, drug target, generally drug interact with macrobiomolecules like carbohydrate, proteins, nucleic acid, etc. in the body. These macromolecules are called target molecules or drug target. Correct choice of drug target is important for selection of correct drug. The second important thing is drug metabolism. When a drug is entered in the body, it circulates and finally reaches to its target. Thus, drug must be designed in such a way that it may react up to its target without getting metabolism. It must act in the body without any harmful reaction. When designing a drug, it is also important to have knowledge of its physiological functions. It helps in selection of proper drug which may interact with target and is medically effective. These compounds are called lead compounds and act as a starting point for designing a drug. Knowledge of metabolic pathway of biological system and mechanism of drug also help in improvement of quality of drug and reducing side effect. Now come on the classification of drug. यहाँ पे हमने बताया था chemotherapy has developed into a vast subject today and efforts are being continuously made to search new drugs as to free human being from various types of disease. Now, chemical used in chemotherapy are usually classified according to their action. तो सम एग्जाम्पल्स हमने डिस्कस किया था जो बाय नेम मेडिसिन किस तरह की होती हैं, और इन सारी मेडिसिन के बारे में हम नेक्स्ट जो वीडियोस भेजेंगे उनके बारे में डिटेल में स्टडी कराएंगे. उसके अलावा जो क्लासिफिकेशन बताया था उससे पहले डिजाइनिंग ऑफ ड्रग पे हमने डिस्कस किया, और अब हम आते हैं क्लासिफिकेशन. Now, drugs are classified into different classes on the basis of various criteria. First criteria is on the basis of pharmacological effect. This classification is useful for doctors because on this basis a wide group of drug is available to cure a particular disease. For example, analgesic relieve pain, antipyretics reduce temperature, antiseptics reduce the growth or kill microbes. Now, on the basis of drug action, classification on the basis of drug action, this classification is based on biochemical action of particular drug. For example, all the antihistamines reduce the effect of histamines which are formed in the body due to inflammation or allergy. Thus, all the drugs which remove the effect of histamines are collectively known as antihistamines. Similarly, other drugs may also be classified on the basis of biochemical activity of drug. Now, classification on the basis of chemical structure. Drugs having similarity in their chemical structure have similar pharmacological effect. And so drugs having similarity in their chemical structure have similarity in their medicinal effect. For example, sulfonamides having similarity in their chemical structure as well as their function. Examples are sulfamides have a similar structure with sulfadiazine, and this is has similar structure with sulfaguanidine. These all have same structure and also have a same function. Similarly, tranquilizers are used to cure used to cure mental disease, and major group of tranquilizers belongs to barbituric acid in their chemical structure. Now, classification on the basis of molecular targets. Drugs interact with biomolecules like carbohydrate, protein, lipids, and nucleic acid. This classification is useful for medicinal chemists. All these biomolecules are known as target molecule or drug target. Drugs have some similarities in their structure and hence they may interact with same drug target. Now, interaction of drug with target. Drugs interact with macromolecules and these macromolecules perform various functions in our body. For example, different proteins are responsible for different functions in our body. They are a structural unit of our body. The protein which act as biological catalyst are called enzyme. The protein which contribute in communication in terms of body are called in system. The protein which contribute in communication system of the body are called receptors, and the proteins which carry polar molecules across cell membrane are called carrier proteins. The nucleic acid are responsible for coding genetic message, while lipids and carbohydrates are structural components of cell membrane. Almost all the biochemical reactions are catalyzed by enzymes. Thus, enzymes are important drug target. In their catalytic reactions, enzymes perform two important functions. First, they hold the substrates of the chemical reactions on their active site through different kind of bond, like ionic bond, hydrogen bond, van der Waals bonds, dipole walls, force, or bond dipole-dipole interaction structure. These forces are strong enough to hold substrate or sufficient time period so that enzyme may catalyze the reaction. Like this enzyme, this is substrate, तो इस फिट हो जाता है एंजाइम में जाकर के और अपना एक्शन होने के बाद एंजाइम अलग हो जाता है. दिस इज द एंजाइम सब्सट्रैक्ट इंजेक्शन इंट्रैक्शन. नाउ सेकेंडली, इस तरह से एंजाइम सब्सट्रैट इंट्रैक्शन इस तरह से होता है. एंजाइमेटिक एक्शन के बाद ये दोनों अलग हो जाते हैं, प्रोडक्ट अलग हो जाता है और एंजाइम अलग हो जाता है. Secondly, they provide suitable functional group for the attack of substrate so that reaction may be completed. This work is done by amino acid residues of protein present an active surface of enzyme. These amino acid residues provide the free functional group like OH, COH, SH, etc. for the attack of substrate. Now, interaction of drug and enzyme. Drug may inhibit the functions of enzyme. They may hinder the attacking site, may affect bonding, etc. Such drugs are known as enzyme inhibitors. Drugs may inhibit the function of enzyme in two ways. First is competitive inhibition. Some drugs with actual substrate, some drugs come with actual substrate and are attached to enzyme preferentially, like this. ड्रग और सबस्ट्रेट इसमें कंपटीशन होता है कि एंजाइम में पहुंच जाए. फाइनली ड्रग एक्टिव साइट में इंटर कर जाती है. नाउ दिस इज द ड्रग, दिस इज सबस्ट्रेट एंड competing for the active site of enzyme. तो ड्रग यहाँ आ गई, ड्रग ब्लॉक द एक्टिव साइट ऑफ एंजाइम. दिस इज द competitive inhibition. Now non-competitive inhibition किस तरह से होता है? Some drugs do not attack the active site but get attached to some different sites other than active sites. Such sites are called allosteric sites. Such attacks change the size and structure of active site of enzyme like this, making it unable to identify the substrate. तो इस तरह से इसका जो शेप चेंज हो जाता है ड्रग प्रेजेंट होने पे, जिससे कि सबस्ट्रेट अपनी जगह नहीं ले पाता और एलोस्टेरिक साइट पे इनहिबिटर या ड्रग इस तरह से ये यहाँ पे अटैच हो जाता है. इनहिबिटर और ऑक्युपाइंग एलोस्टेरिक साइट. दिस इज द नॉन कॉम्पिटिटिव इनहिबिशन ऑफ एंजाइम. If a strong bond is formed between enzyme and inhibitor, the enzyme is deactivated permanently. In such situation, body degrades the enzyme inhibitor complex and new enzyme is synthesized. Now, receptors as drug target. Receptors are proteins which take part in communication system of the body. Most of them are situated in cell membrane. Receptor proteins are situated in cell membrane in such a way that their active part is situated outside the membrane. पूरा स्ट्रक्चर ये दिया हुआ है. ये है सेल मेम्ब्रेन. दिस इज द आउटर सरफेस ऑफ सेल मेम्ब्रेन और दिस इज द इनर सरफेस ऑफ सेल मेम्ब्रेन. और ये बाइंडिंग साइट और रिसेप्टर यहाँ होता है. ये रिसेप्टर ऑफ प्रोटीन इसको बोलते हैं. एक स्मॉल पोर्शन को इस तरह से दिखा, यहाँ पे इसका स्ट्रक्चर इस तरह से होता है. दिस इज स्मॉल पार्ट ऑफ द सेल मेम्ब्रेन विच इज नोन एज प्लाज्मा मेम्ब्रेन. Now this is the receptor protein in cell membrane. This is the receptor protein in cell membrane. This is cell membrane. Active site is outside cell membrane. This is the active site. यहाँ पे लिखा हुआ है binding site of receptor or active site. Now see the action. In the body, passage of communication between two nerves and muscles is due to some chemicals. Such chemicals are called chemical messenger. This is the chemical messenger. They are received at binding site of receptor proteins. To accept messenger, shape of receptor site is changed. इस तरह से चेंज हो जाता है जब इसको एक्सेप्ट करता है. This process transfers message inside the सेल. तो ये मैसेज ट्रांसफर हो गया सेल के अंदर से बॉडी में पहुंच गया. पूरा जो प्रोसेस है वो इस तरह से है. फर्स्ट, इंटरेक्शन बिटवीन रिसेप्टर एंड केमिकल मैसेंजर टू एक्सेप्ट मैसेंजर और चेंज इन शेप ऑफ रिसेप्टर. और सी क्या है, ओरिजिनल शेप ऑफ रिसेप्टर आफ्टर रिमूवल ऑफ मैसेंजर. मैसेज दे करके ये मैसेंजर अलग हो जाता है. ये थर्ड पोजीशन है. A number of receptors are there in the body which interact with different chemical messengers. These receptors show selectivity towards messenger. Those drugs which are attached to surface of receptor and prevent its natural action are called antagonists. These drugs are useful in stopping the transfer of message. Those drugs which activate the receptor by copying the natural messenger are called agonists. They are useful when there is deficiency of natural messenger. Now, chemical messengers. In cells, two types of chemical messengers take part in message transfer. First is hormone. These chemicals are secreted by ductless gland or endocrine gland. Hormones are essential for regulation of metabolic reactions. And second types of chemical messenger is neurotransmitters. Nerve cells transfer their message by neurotransmitters. They are simple small molecules, for example, acetylcholine, serotonin, and dopamine, etc. Nerve cells release neurotransmitters from synapse and the bind active site of receptors for short period. During this period, they transfer their message and leave the site. Now, enzymic action, जिससे किस तरह से इनहिबिशन होता है एंजाइम्स का, एक डीएक्टिवेट होता है वो. और पहले एंजाइम का एक्शन किस तरह से सबसेट के साथ किस तरह एक्शन होता है वो जो अभी बता चुके हैं उसी तरह से. और यहाँ पे डायग्राम के साथ दिया हुआ है. दिस इज द एक्टिव साइट and D is the substrate and C is the enzyme holding substrate. ये डायग्राम पहले भी देखा है. The second function of an enzyme is to provide functional group that will attack the substrate and carry out chemical reaction. Now, drug enzyme interaction. Drugs inhibits any of the above mentioned activity of enzyme. These can block the binding site of the enzyme and prevent the binding of substrate or can inhibit the catalytic activity of the enzyme. Such drugs are called enzyme inhibitors. इसको अभी हम बता चुके हैं, इसको हम एक बार फिर से रिपीट कर रहे हैं. Now, drugs inhibit the attachment of substance or active site of enzyme in two different ways. First is competitive inhibitors. इस तरह से दोनों ड्रग और सब्सटेंस में कंपटीशन होता है. और इसमें से ड्रग जो है वो फिट हो जाता है, सब्सट्रैक्ट नहीं फिट हो पाता। दिस इज ड्रग। नाउ ड्रग ब्लॉक द एक्टिव साइट ऑफ एंजाइम। उसके बाद सम ड्रग डू नॉट बाइंड टू द enzyme's active site. These bind a different site of enzyme which is called allosteric site. This binding of inhibitor at allosteric site changes the shape of the active site in the such a way that substance cannot recognize it. If the bond formed between the enzyme and the inhibitor is a strong covalent bond, अब पहले इस स्ट्रक्चर को हम पहले भी बता चुके हैं। नॉन कम्पिटेटिव इनहिबिटर चेंज द एक्टिव साइट ऑफ एंजाइम आफ्टर बाइंडिंग एन एलोस्टैटिक साइट। सेकेंड टाइप ऑफ इनहिबिशन है। If the bond formed between an enzyme and an inhibitor is a strong covalent bond, the receptors are proteins that are crucial to body communication process. This is the receptors as drug targets. इसको अभी हम explain कर चुके हैं। Majority of these are embedded in the cell membrane. Receptor proteins are embedded in the cell membrane in ये सारी चीजें डिस्कस हो चुकी हैं। फिर से वही चीज यहाँ पे हम दिखा रहे हैं। एनिमल सेल है ये। एनिमल सेल का जो मेम्ब्रेन का एक छोटा पार्ट या स्मॉल पार्ट ऑफ सेल मेम्ब्रेन, प्लाज्मा मेम्ब्रेन का इसका स्ट्रक्चर दिखाया गया है। उसके अलावा दिस इज द आउटर सरफेस ऑफ द सेल मेम्ब्रेन, दिस इज इनर सरफेस ऑफ द सेल मेम्ब्रेन, दिस इज द बाइंडिंग साइट ऑफ रिसेप्टर। ये सारी चीजें डिस्कस हो चुकी हैं। इन द बॉडी मैसेज between two neurons and that between neurons to muscles to communicate it through certain chemicals. Now see it again. In the body, message between two neurons and that between neurons to muscles in is communicated through certain chemicals. These chemicals known as chemical messengers are received at the binding site of receptor. Proteins to accommodate a messenger shape of the receptor size change. This brings about the transfer of message into the cell. This chemical messenger gives message to the cell without entering the cell. पूरा प्रोसेस एक बार फिर देख चुके हो। मैसेंजर से मैसेज अंदर आ गया और उसके बाद ये मैसेंजर अलग हो जाता है। Now come on the antiviral drug. एंटीवायरल ड्रग, व्हाट आर द एंटीवायरल ड्रग? आजकल बहुत डिस्कस है इसको लेकर के। एंटीवायरल ड्रग्स आर प्रेस्क्रिप्शन मेडिसिन, पिल्स, liquid and inhaled powder or an intravenous solution that fight against flu viruses in your body. Antiviral drugs are not sold over the counter. You can only get them if you have a prescription from a healthcare provider. Antiviral drugs are different from antibiotics, which fight against bacterial infection. There are 4 FDA-approved influenza antiviral drugs recommended by CDC for use against recently circulating influenza viruses. That is Rabivab, this is known as Parvamivir, Relenza, Tamiflu, this is Relenza, it's Zanamivir, and this is Oseltamivir phosphate. Oseltamivir phosphate also available as generic, and Zofloza, this is Baloxavir Morpoxil. Now influenza and कोविड-19, जो आजकल कोविड-19 के बारे में बहुत पढ़ रहे हो, बहुत जान रहे हो, यहाँ थोड़ी सी जानकारी देने के लिए मैंने एक छोटा सा टॉपिक लिया है कि दोनों में डिफरेंस क्या है। द वर्ल्ड वाइड पैंडेमिक ऑफ डिजीज कॉल्ड कोविड-19 हैज चेंज द वे people look at flu-like symptoms. COVID-19 is caused by a different virus, not an influenza virus, but a coronavirus called SARS-CoV-2. to COVID-19 and influenza illness can have many of the same. Influenza illness can have many of the same symptoms but may cause different risks of complications in some different risk group and may need different testing, treatment, and preventive measures. These similarities and differences may be important consideration for the healthcare providers and people who believe they may have been exposed or may have either of these illness. CDC has posted some comparisons between these two illnesses. Information is accumulating and changing rapidly. The possible effect of COVID-19 exposure avoidance measures on circulation of influenza is not fully understood. Currently, approved influenza antivirus are not expected to provide benefits against COVID-19. ना बाद में हम इस पे डिटेल में डिस्कस करेंगे, फिलहाल आज इतना ही। तो केमिकल्स इन फूड और उसके अलावा कीमोथेरेपी और ड्रग का एक्शन किस तरह से होता है, किस तरह से वो जो एंजाइम जो हमारी एक्टिविटीज़ को जो बॉडी में फिजियोलॉजिकल एक्टिविटीज़ होती है उसको आगे बढ़ाते हैं, उनके एक्शन को किस तरह से इनिबिट करते हैं ड्रग, और कहीं पे ज़रूरी भी होता है करना और कहीं जो है वो एज ए पॉइजन करते हैं। तो ये सारे इनका एक्शन किस तरह से एंजाइम पे होता है, वो सारी चीज़ें हमने आप पे यहाँ पे डिस्कस किया। तो मेडिसिन या ड्रग भी एक जो जिस तरह से एक्शन कराना होता है एंजाइम से, तो उसके एक्शन से हम एंजाइम के एक्शन को बदलने के लिए इस तरह के ड्रग का इस्तेमाल करते हैं। बाकी और जितनी मेडिसिन के बारे में हमने बताया था, अभी नाम लिए थे सबके, एंटीबायोटिक, एंटीसेप्टिक एक्सेट्रा। तो आगे के क्लासों में हम वन बाय वन ये सारी चीज़ें डिस्कस करेंगे।